I'm so honored and grateful to be here and among you all esteemed souls and world changers, and I'm moved beyond what I can say. I did something I normally don't do. I wrote a speech. Oh, I didn't even think that was going to be up there, by the way. So if we want, we could take that off. I'm kind of veered away from it. But what I'd like to do, because I was so inspired by so many and feel none of this as we all feel, I'm sure, there's just no accident that we're all here together today. From the people I'm sitting next to sat at dinner with tonight, to connected with before I came, and the journey to meeting Dustin, who is missed by, I know, many of us here, but he's doing great, for all we're about to do today. So I'm going to just take a moment and just share a bit about why this happened, which I wasn't planning on doing. I was diving right into how moms yearn to use AI, not only use, but want to use it, and about rehumanizing humanity. Um, this runs very deep. After miscarriages and then not being able to get pregnant, I was blessed with having my first of my three children. It was a height of a very negative time, bombarding messages and media, entertainment for children, bullying, teasing, children. We read about this now very often, but not so much back then, committing suicide for being so tormented and teased. I'm not one to sit in the sidelines. I had no resources, no know-how. I'm not a coder, but as we all know, one voice can make a difference. And I just did all that I needed to do and ended up creating software, music, and video, had no marketing budget. And moms loved it. Their children loved it. They told their friends who told their friends. And it became a bestseller. I don't know how, other than I believe good messages need to get out into the world. I knew I needed to do more. Moms kept asking me to do more. And one night I flipped over a laundry basket in my bedroom and started writing content. I'm not a poet, I'm not an artist, but 10, 15,000 pieces of content later, and inspirational messages, and helping many artists launch their careers by featuring their content. One mom by one mom said, I needed to hear this message from you right now. And there was something much deeper and higher running through me. I'm looking at the clock. So now I'm going to dive into what a voice, which I know many of times we could feel alone, but we know universally we're not, that there's a much higher calling going on. I feel we're all beacons and lights and magnets who come together to collectively make a difference. So this is about, again, the mother code and about rehumanizing AI. We stand at a remarkable moment in time. Technology advances. Every day it reaches deeper into our lives, into our families, into our future, and many times starts eroding the moral fabric of culture and society. For all the progress we've made, many of us, especially mothers, are concerned, unsettled, and feel more disconnected than ever. I believe that at the center at this moment lies an invitation to remember what our innovation was meant to serve: life, connection, and one another. For decades, I've worked at the intersection of technology, family, and care. I founded Joy of Mom as a global community that grew to more than 3 million mothers, 100% organically, completely built on trust, zero on algorithm. I did everything I was told not to do. I just went with my heart. It was never about content or clicks. It was always about connection. It was always about giving voice to the people who shape every life and every generation that follows, mothers. When we began exploring how AI could truly support our work, I realized something fundamental. AI wasn't meant to make us less human. Used wisely, it reminds us what makes us human. That understanding is what I call the mother code. It's not genetic, it's moral. Not written in data, but written in care. It's the code that reminds technology whom it is meant to serve, life itself. And the challenge happens when technology forgets the purpose. And it touches now, technology touches almost every part of how we live, how we learn, how we work, even how we rest. But somehow along the way, we began serving the very tools that were meant to serve us. We check instead of listen, we scroll instead of seize, connect while feeling more disconnected than ever. Technology isn't the problem. We've simply lost sight of its purpose. Mothers feel this more than anyone. We sense when the rhythm of family slips out of balance, when presence turns into pressure, and when the glow of a screen begins to dim the light in someone we love. That's why this moment matters, because when technology forgets its purpose, we need human wisdom, grounded in empathy, compassion, faith, and care, to remind it. At Joy of Mom, we're reimagining what technology can do for families, not to them. We're exploring how it can restore what technology has taken: attention, balance, trust. Technology should give us back space to breathe, to think, to be present. It should protect our attention, not compete for it. Should deepen our humanity and our empathy, not distract from it. That's what rehumanizing technology means. Designing tools that learn from empathy and integrity instead of clicks and speed. Technology that listens before it reacts and supports before it sells. Used this way, AI isn't a threat to what makes us human. It becomes a mirror for it. So there is such a call toward ethical innovation and shared humanity. The future won't be defined by what we build, but by why we build it. Technology will keep evolving, but consciousness must evolve with it. Wisdom does not happen through speed. It happens through intention. To build wisely, we need more human voices at the table, voices that understand care as clearly as they understand code. Mothers bring that. Fathers bring that. Parents, loved ones. They've always been the architects of empathy, grounded in values that remind progress of what it's meant to serve. When mothers are part of innovation, the questions change. We start asking, not only can we build it, but should we? Not only how fast can it grow, but how will it serve? That's how we shape ethical innovation, not by replacing human judgment, but by remembering its worth. Because technology will keep learning from us. The question is, what will we choose to teach it? If we can close the gap between speed and soul, which I was so blown away because we were talking about that last night, we don't just advance, but we can begin a renaissance and have a future worthy of humanity, an AI future. The Mother Code isn't just a concept, it's a call. It's a call to reawaken human consciousness and bring care back to the center of creation. To remember that progress without presence isn't progress at all. Because the future of intelligence won't be measured by how fast it learns, but by how deeply it understands. And the future of humanity won't be written by technology, it'll be written by how we choose to use it. When mothers and parents are part of the story, technology becomes something greater than a tool. It becomes an expression of our values, a reflection of our shared humanity. So as we move forward, may we build with wisdom, design with empathy, innovate with care, so that what we create always serves life and never forget who it's for. Thank you all.